Okay, good evening. Welcome to Stirring the Pot, the Leap of Faith edit. Why this name? So, many of us have often got, a voice in our heads where suddenly passion whispers louder than logic. And, Kafka says, what if I did something completely different? Yeah, for many, the moments pass. And for some people, like these four, you actually go out and act on it, right? Take a leap of faith without knowing where you will possibly land. So these four amazing entrepreneurs were also friends, which you must have realized by now seeing us talk. We wanted to sort of understand their story, what called out to them, what was the situation, the passion versus reality, right? And how have they evolved or what have they learned on the way? Okay, so four amazing people, we will let them say what industries they were in, why they did this, and that's what the conversation will be about. And if you have any questions, hold on to them. You'll definitely get a chance to ask at the end. So let us start. Let's go with the lady in green. A short introduction about you and what you did before you have this beautiful remuneration.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sutapa Barua, founder and owner of Himul Hesher. Where I try to bring back the lost, forgotten, and rare recipes of undivided Bengal, as well as present Bangladeshi food, and of course my own recipes. I started my journey first in 2017 as a small, not only that time small, it was a weekend delivery only. Of Friday, I used to take the order, and then Saturday, Sunday. From there, I started my full journey with a small cloud kitchen in 2019. It was I didn't have any big plan that time. Only it was in mind. Those recipes needed a home.
Lovely. We'll ask you more in detail as we go along. We are keeping him for the last for obvious reasons. Jeet, why don't you?
Hi, my name is Anirban Sengupta, but people call me Jeet, Jidda in Kolkata. I have been a career professional. I spent about 20 years imprisoning myself in the corporate world. I was with an office automation company called Xerox. Then I was the telecom company called Airtel. And in my last job, I was the business head of a large radio station based in Bombay. When I was made to realize that I'm nothing but a pawn. I used to make multiple presentations or satisfy a lot of clients, but most importantly, satisfy my bosses. But I wanted to satisfy myself. So one fine evening, albeit after a couple of pegs, me and my wife, we discussed, ki boss, ab to jeena hai. Both ho gaya. So we quit Bombay. We came back to Calcutta, lock, stock and barrel. Honestly, at that point of time, I did not know what I would do. But at the back of my mind, ये था कि अगर कुछ नहीं कर पाऊंगा तो well, probably I'll have to go back. So then I started dabbling in an aquaculture project because, many people do not know that, India has a lot of brackish water. But the Indian coastline is huge. But if you look at the export of Indian aquaculture, it's largely shrimp, which is again a very susceptible disease. So we wanted to come out with an alternative, and which we found in something which Westerners call Asian sea bass, or amra jeta banglaয় boli ভেটকি মাছ. That's a very sturdy species and which has an international market. So I dabbled in that project for 6 months. We were in Orissa. So whatever little saving I had, ওটা আমি বিসর্জন দিলাম. So that project never took off. So, and then one thing led to another, and I became an accidental restaurant.
He has WhatsApp Cafe, and we are very, very proud by association because he's the only one of us who also has a restaurant in Texas called Cafe de France. So, for instance, so we say, you know, আমার বন্ধু আমেরিকাতেও আছে. Yeah, like,
Yes.
99, I keep forgetting 99 is definitely.
That's his pet project.
Yes. Great. So, Varun,
Okay. So like she said, everyone has passions. I was in manufacturing of electrical wires. Always very fond of food, would love to cook, love to eat good food. I think randomly it just so happened that I said, you know what, we should open a restaurant. Looking at restaurant spaces, I was sitting with my then best friend from school. We're sitting together, again having a few pegs, as he rightly said. And he just said, you know what, Varun, let's open a bar together. I think at some point everyone in the youth wants to do it. Yeah, let's open a bar. We kind of actually made that happen. So the two of us, we got together, we launched a bar called M Bar. Realized after 6 to 8 months that, you know what, it's no longer a passionate project. We put in too much money. We need to get serious. Let's get to work. One thing led to another. We opened M Bar, then we opened a place called Ozora. Then we opened a place called The Parking Lot, which got shut in COVID. And yeah, that's how the whole project came together. But
amazing. So now we'll ask Vishnu now, why is he special? Why have I saved him for the last? Because he's today's host. This beautiful Bhawanipur House is his property. And this whole idea of doing this specific topic of leap of faith came because I was talking to him and, you know, talking about how they have this very famous logistics thing called Prakash Logistics, and he came to food. So now what happens is these guys, we have always met as restaurant owners. I never think of them as anything except food business people, and same with her. First time we met as two chefs. But you know, with him it was different. I met him as a person. So then I thought, why not use this excuse and let's get to hear from them also. So Vishnuji, your introduction, please.
Hi everybody, good evening, Stalin. So my leap of faith, as Ishani was saying, so we are primarily a little quick background about us is like we are primarily Prakash Group, wherein we are into logistics, mining and real estate. So that's very traditional. Those who know, I don't know, is very B2B and very specific line of business activities. And you know, my dad or the entire family always like very, very focused on that business trip. I know not much of PRs and party and nothing. So like very, very specific business line. So as Varun and Jeeta said it, so their decision came up because of giving credit to that great thing. So this was very, very, you know, self-motivated or specific desire that led to hospitality. And in one of the interviews to Telegraph, I said that, you know, we were very, very, as kids, as four siblings, we used to be only allowed to go to Taj Bengal or Bengal Rowing Club alone. So, you know, I used to always say, whenever I used to step inside Taj Bengal, that, you know, one day, একদিন আমার এরকম আমি একটা হোটেল করবো. So we barely took this property for real estate by nature. Still, there was no passion, no, you know, attachment to the property at all. And then suddenly, as you say, calling, all the rest is history. And then suddenly we decided, okay, I mean, may not be, it has started with it. Let's still start something. So that's how this property came.
So this decision involved no pegs.
Not at all.
So here's a staff thought.
This is still a teetotaler, so maybe that.
I mean, yeah. Doesn't doubt. That I can relate to because I'm also chai person.
so basically we have the things to blame. You don't have any.
He has only exit.
I don't have anything to blame on.
So you can say that it's about emotion. They get emotional after drinks, you get coffee.
Chai. Okay.
More than emotion parts, like, of course, I would take the entire, as we said, you know, blame or not to play, but they are entire responsibility and owners as a group on me. So
So tell me, this is what I want to ask you. You thought about it. Yeah, but I'll start with him because he's in the flow. What was that exact moment you said, "Mane, see, there's a passion, you have an idea, but that moment, let's do it." What was it? Was there a factor that made that switch flip?
yeah, honestly, as I said, it was going around in my head, as a child, and thanks to my architect and certain team of people who had come in. So होता है ना architect से जब आप plan discuss कर रहे हो तो बोल रहा है कि या तो সুন্দর পারি সব জায়গায় তোমরা কি না वो টাকার সাত বনবে কি করবে कोई मजाक में कुछ बोल रहा है कोई कुछ बोल रहा है कोई गाली दे रहा है कि अरे आप क्या करेगा इसको तो मत तोड़ना ही दी सेवन का है क्या है so suddenly that conversation बैठ के अरे यार मेरा होता तो मैं तो इसको होटल बना लेता so that was possibly why one के हम उन्हें क्या यार अपने सोच तो कब से रहे and that's and I wouldn't name the designer at top, but that was also a part where so we almost signed the deal on paper, everything, and it's quite a substantial deal of every month rent and everything happened, and we all would know them. But it was like also as there's something like destiny ki nahi hona hai to nahi hona hai. You will not believe, Varun and all. So we had signed the dotted line and we just sitting, chit-chatting. And that gentleman, out of his whatever stature or that ego or whatever word, positive, negative, he ended up saying something which really hit me. It to the core in the sense that I felt a little down, या जो भी आप word छोटा बोल लीजिए या to that moment, I took that contract in my hand and started folding it. So he's saying कि नहीं ऐसे fold मत कीजिए. I said नहीं, this is more valid. So he said I didn't get it. So he was zapped and I tore it in front of him कि मेरा decision कहीं 2 मिनट बाद उस amount के चक्कर में या उसके कारण leak नहीं हो जाए. So I just tore it. And he got very annoyed and all that and rest is history as I said. And then I said कि नहीं अभी कुछ नहीं करेगा जो करेगा अपना करेंगे.
So destiny almost. So when did you feel? See, you were doing it from home, and I'm sure you person, it's a lot of cost. Running a restaurant, it seems like fun. It's huge. A lot of cost. We don't know from.
It's not fun.
So what was your?
Anyone was thinking it's fun, it's not.
It's not. So did you build a book? We will talk about this after. Let us finish the conversation. We have a very nice audience, but hold on to your questions.
When it was my cooking is my passion, so I thought in that way actually. But when people started to having my food and they around me, the people around me, they said, your food carries stories. Don't keep it limited to your kitchen. Spread it with the word. So I spread it, and that moment I have decided, no, this is my part, and I have to do this. So I started in that way, only with 50K, because I left my UNICEF job all on a sudden, because they transferred me in different district, and at that time my son was in class 10. Being a mom, I have to sacrifice, and I think that sacrifice, I don't repent for that, because being a mom, I have some duties. So from there I started a small cloud kitchen with a domestic oven, one induction, one refrigerator, and my husband gave me one deep freeze, house sweet, 200-liter deep freeze, that is, and with the small utensils. You won't believe I started that রাস্তায় যে হরেক মাল যায় না 100 টাকা 30 টাকা, that with that utensils I started. Love. Now,
Amazing.
so and then people means I just jump in this industry. Pure passion, zero guarantee.
Lovely. This is beautiful. Varun, anything else you want to add? Did you have any decide तो हो गया? माने वो जो point पे आप decide किए, कोई fear, कोई resistance?
So I'll tell you, the biggest problem is this. I come from a very traditional Marwari family. I won't say traditional, my family is extremely non-traditional in every sense, but we are a pure vegetarian family. I'm still a pure vegetarian. I serve everything, but except beef. Sorry, but that works. That's the way it is. I wanted to get into hospitality back in 2006. I was in Bombay. I had gone for a conference. I went to Mocha. And the first time I had shisha in Bombay, 2005 end. 2005 end. And I wanted to start that because, this is amazing. We should start this. Came home, told my father, told my mother, really, मतलब यही बच गया अब तुम दारू और शीशा बेचोगे. Especially, that's how it goes, right? So I gave it up, joined the family business, started doing electricals, but I always want to do something in food. That's what excites me, right? So, again, after almost 10 years of working, and there comes a point, I think, with everyone, after a certain point, your parents are like, okay, and I started working with my dad. We would talk about things which, it's different. Then Papa said, tera man hai, tere ko kuch karna hai, to bata. So Papa karna to hai. So I got in touch with this chef from ITC. I said, you know what, I want to open an Asian restaurant. Back then, 2010, Asian restaurants weren't a thing. You're looking at spaces, multiple spaces I looked at. Yeah, ye nahi hoga, yeah, wo nahi hoga. Finally, I looked at this space in Magma House, where now Empire is. I was like, so I was sitting with my friend, like I said, right? Not good for an Asian restaurant. It's aisa hai, ye hai, wo hai. And that's when he said, Varun, bar karega kya? Please understand, I have been a person who's been anti-partnerships from day one. See, I strongly believe that in today's world, jab bhai ka nahi patta, bhai partner ka kahan se patega? It doesn't work. It's a fact. But somehow, like you said, right, it's destiny. Something clicked. One word, one sentence was all it took. Varun, bar karega to saath mein karte. They went to that space, leaving that Asian mindset behind, thinking of a bar. I mean, you know what? Signing.
Yeah.
We signed the space before we made the company.
Wow.
We signed the space before we made the company. We paid out of our personal accounts. Then we made the company, whatever. Other legal formalities happened. But I guess it was just that. That's it. It just happened.
Amazing. Shop Jack, see, you see the similarity, though very different stories, sir. Fear, resistance of...
Like I said, I come from a completely non-business family. No one in my family ever has done any kind of business. My father was a professor. My mom was a teacher. And here I was, completely corporate fatigued. I wanted to live a life which I got all money on. So like I said, I took a leap of faith where I in 2012, I dabbled it, and I go about a project where I was very any of my money. But yes, my wife is an amazing chef. And my business partner. It goes pretty much like Varun's case. Me and my business partner we are like brothers from separate mothers, From class 1 till graduation, we are together in the same class, same section. But he's quite a food connoisseur himself.
But he's vegetarian.
Way back, no, he's converted.
Oh, you're converted.
So way back in 2014, it was my wife and my business partner's idea. There's a lot of mushrooming shisha cafes. Jahan dekho, shisha. To kuch karte yaar. So our first question was, we had no idea of how a restaurant runs. We had only one fear. Why will a customer come to us? Food, hospitality, ये सब तो बात की बात है. वो आएंगे क्यों? So and we were deliberating कि क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है. In the meanwhile, we travel a lot. So we remember we were doing a drive down US 101, and we went to a rooftop restaurant. And for rooftop, you see, it's a fantastic view. तो वहाँ पे इट जस्ट स्ट्रक अस कि बॉस खाने वाने तो कोई आएगा नहीं हमारे पास क्योंकि हमको तो आता है नो एटलीस्ट डू समथिंग व्हिच इज थोड़ा हट के सो दैट पीपल कम. So then we started looking for places, and I can proudly say that I have literally started the rooftop cafe movement in Kolkata.
Absolutely.
So लोग venue देखने आते थे, rather the view देखने आते थे. Next was, our main problem was we did not have enough capital. We don't, like I said, we don't come from business families. We didn't have much money. ये architect, ये क्या होता है? Designer, ये क्या होता है? भाई देख ये सब हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा. Let the creator do the interior. तो हमने छत पे खोल दिया सर. सामने बहुत सारा ग्रीनरीज है, सब भगवान का बना हुआ, हमने कुछ नहीं. People started coming in. We started making mistakes, and finally I realized that the only way to learn is by making one mistake and not repeating the same mistake. So that is how, from a very small 70-seater restaurant which was serving only shisha and nibblers, with Uparwala ke dua se, we are now close to 300-seater in Kolkata. We started another QSL joint called 99, which I want to expand very soon. And then we took another leap of faith. We wanted to go abroad, and we acquired literally a legacy brand. There's a French bistro in Dallas, which was there since 1982. So we acquired that. It's a 150-seater French restaurant in Dallas. That's for a year.
Lovely. So, like he said, he made mistakes. So, I want to come back to both of you first now. When you started, you had an idea in your mind, right? So, was there anything that caught you by surprise, something that good or bad that you did not expect?
Stop that laugh. That relentlessness industry, F&B. Yeah, means people say the glamour actually. I also say that, saw that the glamorous restaurant, but when I entered this industry, I didn't have any knowledge, any degrees, no trainees. So it was a big challenge for me. And 18 hours a day for us, not it's 8 hours working hour, and unpredictability, work pressure, everything make me, means I was so shocked that how come I overcome this situation? I can't. But one thing I knew that my passion is strong, and then I can do anything because I was so dedicated. Means I don't know how and where.
So, you realized you are much more strong than you thought you were.
The F&B industry made me strong, made me fearless,
Lovely.
more grounded, patient, and more ambitious.
Lovely. And if she can look like this after 18-hour days, everybody has work. Vishnuji, what about you? Any surprises, good or bad?
I mean, Varun's laugh possibly gave a lot of answer already, I think. But then I'll not go much deep into that. See, as I said, I'm repeating myself. So primarily, so thanks to the upbringing or the very clear-cut panda of my dad, the glamour, the T2s and the pastries was just not into the books कि हम लोगों को पता ही नहीं था कि ये क्या होता है, honestly. And never had that desire कि अरे इस कारण से कर रहा है बिकॉज कलकत्ता में 10 जन और जान जाएंगे. मेरे पापा के हिसाब से तो आपको 2 जन ही जानते हैं और काम का जानता है तो बहुत है. वो फैमिली एंड बिजनेस एंड फैमिली इज ऑल वी न्यू. So honestly, with that kind of upbringing or whatever, there was never this kick of people knowing PRs and whatever you call it nowadays, or the pastry crowd. So that was very, very clear that wasn't the agenda. It was purely passion and, very firm decision. As Varun said, na कि भाई आप जो day night आप business करते हो, and of course ultimately it's your own dad, and he's also wishing, although they all act to be very strict, but they are अभी वो भी आपको पढ़ रहे हैं. कम ऑन है ये उसके आप बच्चे आपको पढ़ रहे हैं. आपको your mother only doesn't know you, your dad knows you equally well. So So of course he was also getting कि कुछ ना कुछ करना है. So as I said, but ये वाले project का real estate वाला पूरा plan बन गया.
तो उसके बाद में भी वो ही कुछ सेंस कि अरे यार क्या मन है, तू बोल नहीं रहा है कि क्या है, उन्होंने आप मन तो था यहाँ पे यही से स्टार्ट करते हो, कर ले, आप तो पहले साले ना कर ले.
So as I'm again deviating a bit from the coming to the topic, she asked was ki surprises, a lot of surprises. Good, of course, it was very well, received and very well accepted by the Calcutta fraternity per se. I'm very, very proud of this. We just touched 3 years now in November. All good. Lot of the good part is all good, but the bad part was that since we were never kind of full on here even till now, so because of the major focus going in the traditional businesses that we handle, of course a lot of surprises, people leaving for small buck of money. I mean, you get surprised, how can somebody leave you assist money at loyalty board ke zero? Suddenly you are getting a call, it's not coming. Yaar, not coming क्या होता है? कल तो मेरे से meeting की है. What is not coming? So like many things that this industry taught us and is still teaching a lot.
So it's it.
Yeah, so surprises, not surprises, but yeah, it's an ongoing thing. It really needs, as Varun said, that anybody who's thinking that it's purely glamour or it's a very, very, cool thing. No, and none of the businesses are cool for me. ये वाला ठीक है, public oriented business दिखता है, but definitely not for the purpose of being trending or cool or anything.
Yeah.
Not at all.
End of the day, a business, I mean, which I mean, which they would have started with that clear idea is that end of the day, a business is to make money, right? So, what about you, Jeet? Any surprise?
Yeah, quite a few surprises. Even when I was not a restaurateur, when I used to go to a restaurant, had a fried rice which costed maybe 300 rupees, I used to think, यार क्या रे, साला 30-32 रुपया किलो का चावल है, वो 300 रुपया में बेचता है.
Why they cloud
तो बहुत पैसा छापने को मिलेगा. It was only when I became a restaurateur I realized that this is such a razor thin profit margin. The best of the restaurants in the country, if not one abroad, would not probably make more than 10% margins.
Right.
10% is a lot. Number two.
Personal.
The second surprise was, attrition. Here I was managing MBAs from the XLRIs and the irons, and they come to an organized industry, they have their own aspirations, so on and so forth. And suddenly I started managing literally semi-per or unper people, and they're living, like Vishnuji rightly said, living for
200 bucks. Yes, 200 bucks.
Third big surprise was the susceptibility of this industry to external factors.
Absolutely.
There's inflation, your luxury spending gets cut. There's bird flu, your chicken sales goes down. Okay, and so many other. There is COVID, you shut shop. Okay, and the fourth is, in a restaurant, you are actually, in my corporate role, I was reporting to 1 or 2 people. Here I'm reporting to 300 people every single day.
Yes.
And every single consumer is different from the other. So managing the customer experience in itself is so unpredictable. So yeah, I mean, they are lot of my those are my surprises.
Surprises. Now we'll come to the guy who's been smiling all through. Yes, Varun.
So the fact of the matter remains, like I said earlier, this is for anyone who thinks it's fun. It is not a fun business. I'll start with about 5 seconds of background. When we got into it, thought process was clear. One, we opened a nightclub, so the glamour factor was always extremely high.
Yes.
Again, like Vishnuji said, we were of a certain social circle where we would party 4 times a week. So we expected, यार अगर हम खोलेंगे तो सब तो आ ही जाएंगे, भाई सब तो अपने हैं. Unfortunately, for the first 9 to 12 months, you made massive losses because वो आ जाएंगे वाले ना एक बार आते जब आप उनको इनवाइट करते हो फ्री का खाने का बारू.
Absolutely. Correct.
Okay, that's how it works. Sorry, but that's exactly how it works. It was only after a certain period of time when you are losing so much money that you realize, boss, we've put in so much money. It's a business. That glamour fades in a matter of months. Today, I would say weeks.
Yes.
Back in 2012, I would say months. In 3 to 4 months, all the glamour faded. Yeah. So then it became, by it's business, let's get down to business. Attrition, they've already discussed, and trust me, it's a wonder because, again, we have a separate outlook, others have a separate outlook. We've had people who have been with us in our businesses for 30, 40 years. Yes. There are people who've taught me things in my factory. This is how it is done. I have been under not my managers, I've been under my laborers. My father has put me under my workers. कि तुम इससे ये सीखो, because they've been there for 30, 40 years, holding hands with my father. In this industry, if you can have someone for 5 years, that's your biggest achievement.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
So, like I said, every day is a new surprise. I've been in this industry for about 10 and a half, 11 years now. I'm still surprised every day. I mean, surprise is a short word. I'm so shocked most of the days about how things happen. And that's how it is. That's the business. You got to live it.
So, yeah, like they all said, like, you know, people are a big difference from other industries. Like he came from a corporate job. There, you know, you don't raise your voice and you're like, you just sort of sound a little offended and say, I'm so disappointed, people will cry. And then you come into an industry like this where you have to, you know, even if you're the kind who doesn't lose their temper, you have to set a timer in a day. And that day you have to go out and scream so that the people at the crossing can hear you, and then you will be taken seriously. So Jeet tracked it very beautifully with his, I don't think he had any attrition at all in the past few years.
9 years.
9 years, yeah. And even with me, I had a few of my originals stay from day one. But it is a game you have to learn, right? Yeah. And there are a lot of things, like he's talking about Embar and glamour. What he's missing to say is, I'm very picky about food, for those of you who know me. Embar food being a bar. Embar food was brilliant. When I first told him, he couldn't stop smiling. First thing I had was your veg kebab platter. Remember, after a meeting, their dahi ke kebab was to die for, and I didn't expect it. I'd gone in thinking, I'm hungry, let me just have something. But so I think, you know, all these details, and sure, you refined over time when you realize that it's not just so. Anything else? Would you like to add anything else? Anything that you feel is different from what you used to do previously?
No, I mean, is it still on the surprises or what?
No. You could have. We were talking like they said that the main reviewers is people. Like you said, he said. Yeah. Any other stark difference? Yeah, then you found everything.
Not just people, your customers, your base, your government interactions.
Every day.
I mean,
The thing.
You know, there's one more thing. I'm so sorry. There's one more thing I forgot to say. Many people do not know how many licenses a restaurant needs.
Yeah.
You know, when I started, that is a big surprise. You know, when I started a 70-seater non-alcoholic place, I did not know that I needed a police license.
Yeah.
Right.
There are only for playing music.
Yes.
Be
License.
it
Anyway.
through recorded music or through live music, you need some 4, 5. And every day someone of the others springs up, says, "Boss, आप ये गाना बजा रहे हो तो मेरे को पैसा दे." It is crazy. It is crazy. You know, kind of licenses. You know, I wish India, in fact, we from National Restaurant Association of India, we have been at a national level, we have been liaising with the government forces, and we want them to bring in a single window, which is still, well, there are some efforts in that direction.
Delhi is doing it very well.
And government is also, I wouldn't say government is absolutely not doing anything. If you look at the product linked incentives, if you look at the food parks that the government has installed, you know, today, we should be very proud to say that we belong to an industry which is the second largest in the world.
Yes.
You know, as of FY 2024, the Indian F&B industry was valued at $334 billion. And it's growing at a an amazing rate, and by the end of 2030, is projected to hit $691 billion. This industry contributes 3% of the country's GDP. Many people do not realize that this industry comprises 2/3 of the India's retail market.
Absolutely.
Yet, it is so deregularized. And forget about क्या Calcutta में हो रहा है and क्या Delhi में हो रहा है. Look at Calcutta, okay? For us people, there is no difference between Calcutta and Salt Lake. Correct? Do you guys know that if you have a restaurant which has live music in Calcutta, anybody can come and sing. But if you have a restaurant in Bidhannagar area, anybody can come and sing, but a female cannot do. Yeah. You guys don't know. No female crooners are allowed to perform live in any restaurant in Bidhannagar. So look at the disparity in basic rules and regulations. So yeah, I mean there are so many things government has done, and there are so many things we wish the government would do. We just wish that we have a single window concept, because for a newcomer, that is going to cost him the most. Not only time, but a lot of money.
Just to add to that, there
Oh yes,
That is a given.
that is again.
To add to that, we also know that as per the West Bengal Excise Act, which is some 125 years old, you are not allowed to have any female working in an outlet which has a bar. I don't mean as a bartender. I mean in the kitchen, in the service, or in the reception areas. This is the law. Yeah. These are laws. Thankfully, most of the people in the government understand these are antiquated laws which do not make any sense today. But this is still a law. Having said that, you also need to realize restaurants don't get GST input. Right. This whole hullabaloo about GST, revolutionizing the economy. It is crazy that the second largest employer in India in terms of industry, like he said, and this is in the NRAI report, we are the second largest service industry in India. We don't have GST input, which means our costs are astronomical. Because most of our places on rent, 99%. Rent पे GST लगता है, security पे GST लगता है, manpower पे GST. So which means all of that is absorbed in the cost. So these are, like he said, government, I'll not say government is not doing anything. That's wrong to say.
They have done, but there are lots to do.
Having said that, you need more licenses to open a restaurant
Yeah.
than to get a gun.
Yeah.
It's a documented fact. You can apply for a gun with far lesser licenses and due diligence than you need to open a restaurant, not a bar. If you open a bar, it's much higher.
Much higher. So, I know what happens with interesting conversation. We're running out of time. However, something I really want to ask is that, see, you got an idea, you took that leap, you did it, right? Now, what's happening? What do you feel? Have you changed in any way? But you had ideas, right, of how to run something. So has there been any change or evolution in mindset per se?
See, we as business people are always kind of very positive, and a very large heart अपने आप हो जाता है, because we start absorbing things and लगता है कि नहीं यार कोई उपाय नहीं है, अपने को handle करना ही पड़ेगा. So, and with the family background of businesses, all the more put related, we kind of fine-tuned कि there's nothing like giving up. It's like
True, but that is what you knew. Did you have to change? Do you feel कि you have had to change with the times or with the pressures, or maybe change your attitude towards people or things or something?
100%. As Jeeta said कि ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस ये कॉर्पोरेट से जैसे आए, या हम लोगों के जो ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेसेस में द वे वी डील विद आवर पीपल एंड द वे पीपल डील विद अस इज लाइक very way different than the way as I said you कि with this 6-8 months of being more detailed wise getting involved here, I'm seeing that it's so different the way we have to deal with people here, the way people wishes everything from us, while our wishes are not. I mean,
Full deal at you. I mean, that's like said, whether you're the boss, you have to do everything while they have the liberty
To do or not to
to do, not do, or not being accountable to certain extent. जहाँ की हम लोगों के ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेसेस में या
नहीं
whether corporate or anything, there is a sense of accountability.
True.
Written, not written, I'm not going into art.
Yeah.
But एक corporate में वो आज इतने सारे किए या हम लोगों के लिए ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेसेस में अनसेड है कि बाबूजी ने या हमने या इन्होंने कुछ बोल दिया
तो होना
तो अगले दिन में मतलब वो रिपोर्ट आपके टेबल पे आएगी,
सही
उसके बारे में क्वेश्चंस आंसर्स होंगे, डिस्कशंस होंगे. इट इज नॉट कि सडनली आपने बोला पता चला कर वो आदमी तो छुट्टी ले लिया.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Actually, in this F&B industry, there is no means my prior experiences that was structured, that was planned, but here no plan, no planning is means every day your plan has to change.
So, but would also, since Ishani has touched upon a very important subject which is called evaluation, you know.
Yes.
You end of the day you have to go with times. Okay? You have to follow the trends. Now, if you look at what is happening in the Indian food and business industry, I mean, once again, let me throw some data. Okay, the ready-to-eat market, okay, is already a $1 billion industry, and it is estimated to grow at a staggering rate of 16.4%, and it will hit about $3.4 billion by the end of 2030. Now let's look at the other food business. For example, the conglomerates of QSI, food parks, online aggregators like Zomato and so on and so forth. That piece itself is about close to $125 billion. Wow. Now let's look at how things are changing. No, first things foremost, let's look at the diversion of food, okay? आज से 6-7 साल पहले भी we never thought, you know, ठीक है भाई चाइनीज रख लिया, कॉन्टिनेंटल रख लिया, किसी ने इंडियन फॉर्मेट कर लिया. But now look at how food is evolving. Gone are the days of continent. Okay, now you have to specify, are you doing Mediterranean? Are you doing Italian? Are you doing Mexican? If you have seen lately, there seems to be a craze on anything Korean
Yeah.
and Japanese.
Yes.
So now, for example, a 10-year-old brand like WhatsApp Cafe, how do we stand in tune with time? So obviously we had to relook our menu.
Right.
We had to come out with a complete pan-Asian menu to cater to the aspirational needs of the young generation. So what I'm only trying to say is you have to follow the trend which this industry is throwing up.
True.
Either you go with the trend or you'll be history very soon.
Because young people are very, not only young people, nowadays we believe in insta word, everything instant. So your recipe in your menu, you have to change it. Within the 2-3 months, you have to change and you have to add some new items. Otherwise, ota to খেয়েছি, ota to chilo. No. So you have to add. And in my restaurant, because I'm working with Bengali dishes, so our young generation is interested for that mentioned that continental food or Korean, Japanese, everything. But my target audience are they.
Yes.
My motto is no. I have to bring back to the
Yes. Back to that food.
food, because in Bengali they are having that food every day at their home. Okay, but we are presenting something new with Bengali ingredients, and that is also a Bengali food. So you should know the roots. They are forget. They didn't have any idea. They don't know the roots, the history, the heritage, they are forgetting. So my motto is that.
So this is very nice. She's just gave me an idea. We should do this as another stirring the pot here, where some of us stay very strong to the niche we do. Some people do multi. Of course, cafes have to be multi cuisine, and some of them evolve. They do very few things, but very nicely. So this can be another topic. Very nicely. See, there's so much to talk to you guys about, but let me just ask, like, you were newcomers to the industry at once. Now you're veterans. He's going to be a veteran in 2 more years. She's in the middle path. Idhar middle path hai, idhar mane stalwarts. Yeah, what they think of themselves doesn't matter. I'm saying what other people think of you. So now, do you feel that here, of course, newcomers learn from veterans. Do you think as veterans, you guys tell me, how much did you learn when you met veterans? What did you learn from me? You guys tell me. Do you still learn something from newcomers?
We learn every day.
So tell us.
The fact of the matter remains every day is different. There's nothing called a veteran in this industry.
True.
I think if you tell me who to name, I would say in all of India, there are probably about 25 to 30 people whom I would consider as a veteran. Right? Those are people whom we learned from. We are again lucky to be a part of National Restaurant Association of India, and we get to interact with these so-called big bosses of the industry, and we literally call them big bosses because they are. Right? We learn every single day, and which is why we talk to them. There's nothing called a veteran, barring those 30 people in India. There's nothing called a newcomer in this industry. We are all newcomers. Every day is different. This is not a traditional business, like you say, that this is your set pattern, this is your costing, this is your order sheet, this is how it goes.
There is no set pattern.
Today, if my cost of food production is at 28%, tomorrow it will be 32%.
Right.
Why is it a 4% difference? I don't know. Today, if my sale is at X, tomorrow it will be 2X. Day after it will be half of X. Why? Arey, last Friday to itna sale hua, aaj ke nahi hua. What's different? Last Friday to एक guest को dish अच्छा लगा था, आज dish क्यों नहीं अच्छा लगा? Yeah, we had great service yesterday. What happened today? Because we are a people-centric industry. It's not a manufacturing plant.
Dynamic.
The dynamics, it's about people. If today, all said and done, sorry, but if today your chef is in a bad mood, you will get bad food.
Yeah.
If your server has had a fight at home, it will reflect. I am not saying they're not professionals. They are hardcore professionals, but we are all human beings.
Yes.
If today as a boss, I've had a bad day, I will probably go and yell at my staff left, right and center. Now, I might be hugging them and having drinks with them after the closing. That's a different issue altogether.
Yes.
But I will yell at them. That will affect their mood. Their mood will affect your mood. And that's
Actually, in this industry, there is no perfectionism. Actually, I set up the consistency matters.
Absolutely.
So, see, National Restaurant Association of India, we have created an ecosystem, and Ishani was part of the managing committee then, where we.
So why is he throwing out these numbers so effortlessly? He's now
That is the quote.
co-captain head of NRA at Kolkata.
We had curated.
Is that
We had curated an event called Energize Your Business.
you and I?
What we used to do is we used to call, like Varun said, those top 20.
Yes.
Ye pump up Monday. And teachers says just share your experience. So someone spoke about scalability. Everybody, no matter how big, small, or medium he or she is, everybody wants to grow, right? For example, when I opened my 99, it was supposed to be in a different format. Okay, now I want that QSR model to quickly have multiple footprints. So who should I go to? I will probably go to a Sagar Darian who has had 650 kiosks in the country and growing every day. And he tells me how to do it. Similarly, if I have to do my kitchen optimization, that's a very, very important. Today, there is a lot of stress on fire-related stress.
Yes.
Okay. So a lot of people are moving towards from LPG
To
to
electric.
electric kitchen. Now, it might sound very easy, but understand there's a guy who's always used to cooking in flame. उसको आप उससे भी ज्यादा टेम्परेचर का इंडक्शन दे दो, वो नहीं खाना बनाए.
You cannot convey of a labor.
And the temperature control is crazy.
It's probably in the mind. We don't know yet. There is no such science which could ever say कि 4,000 degrees Celsius में आप चाउमीन नहीं बना सकते. So we don't know, right? Most importantly, cost. See, a lot of new restaurant owners I have myself spoken to, they don't even know how to get a grip on costs.
True.
You know, that is the very most important. You know, every restaurant has a benchmark of wastage. If that benchmark is crossed, what are you doing to ensure that you are cost productive? Okay, a lot of people do not know. A lot of people don't even know how to make a proper P&L of the business.
Perfect. So I think what we should do is for wannabe restaurant owners, we get Jeet to give, no, seriously, this help, you know. It's like he said,
I wanna be the newcomer.
newcomers also, we should do that. In NRI, maybe.
No, but trust me,
Yeah.
for
Actually,
anyone,
session needed, actually.
two things. One, for anyone who wants to open a new restaurant, don't. Second, if you're still brave enough to do it, please come and talk to us. We are more than happy. You need to realize that for most of us there, we don't think of fellow owners as competition. It is a fraternity. We fight together, we live together, and most of the times we die together.
Yeah, absolutely correct. That's all about for that. See, that was going to be my next question. Any advice for people? He's already said it. Now, nobody is allowed to repeat this because he was talking about Baps. I've asked Zorawat this. I've asked Riazamlani this. What was going to be your advice to newcomers? He said, don't. So now, do you have any other advice for newcomers? Only then tell us. Otherwise,
I have a very different answer. I mean, today, even with whatever challenge I'll be talking, I am still very, very positive about the hospitality industry, making it big, making it big. So I would really be wrong saying that you don't get it boiled to like. I mean, as Varun is saying, I know where the paid pot is coming from, but then अगर आपका पैशन, आपका गट फीलिंग, आपका मन बोलता है कि करना करो तो करो.
perfect.
You know, at my stage, even creating this, I'm not saying that that's end of the road for me. When I'm personally thinking that I still want to make it big, maybe in different format, different segments or whatever, it would be honestly wrong for me to tell it to a
Exactly.
hearing me तुम तो मत करो.
Absolutely.
आप भी करो पर सब अपना अपना चंद्रमा सोच के करो. Of course, you have to look at your own.
Yeah, I don't means advise they. I believe in start small and start strong and don't copy because copy तो ठीक है अभी चल रहा है तो don't
बहुत
copy
ज्यादा चल रहा है.
and make your own identity. तो वो करो and most important है and honesty is very important. Honest आजकल honest नहीं होता, नहीं honesty नहीं देख रहा है. Your taxes, yeah, नहीं देख रहा है तो so try to be honest and be a good human being.
Brilliant. This cannot end any better. Any question, answer? Question इधर से, answer इधर से. हाँ, पंपा बोलो.
See, Wariki may somebody also start like a Pantene, DKK.
No.
So there are 3 Fs: family, friends, and followers. That's your funding.
If you go to any bank, the first thing they will say, you have to show at least 3 years of positive EBITDA. तब आपसे बात करेंगे.
Collateral.
Just by the way, one
Collateral तो
banks don't fund restaurant industry, particularly if you have a bar, because we are categorized by the banks and the government as a sin industry. There is a categorization to it. So the kind of interest we pay is at least 75% higher than federal interest. So if you're looking for funding, don't.
You know, like unique, yes, but you know, abroad we say need to advisor lately and all that. If it attracts people to get to go, when we stay Kolkata, we mostly go by Google reviews or you know, I don't know how much of it is genuine or you know, like what is more creative. So, is there any, especially for Vishnu Sureka and the Rajiv, you are in that restaurant association?
Like everybody is.
They are all okay. A continent, so some certain of waiting to attract people that kick.
I would strongly I would strongly say it's purely word of mouth. Okay, all ratings are could be biased, are unsubstantiated,
Yes, word of mouth is very
right? Because it is highly unorganized or without any data.
Absolutely.
Right.
Best is ask a friend who's been there. That's what Rani and I do. A blogger wrote, remember we did this, a blogger wrote beautiful stuff. So we wanted to go. So I called her and said, we'll go there, khabar bhalo to. And she's like, no, just so the thing is, we have to be very careful. See, some people are reviewing as a job. So we need to be very careful.
understand that.
If today I tell you that, if I write, oh, Bhawanipur House, lovely food, good, I've been there. But if you actually see that, I'll tell you, okhane fish fry ta bhalo. Why I mentioned fish fry is because I have 3 kinds of fish fry. I've never seen this. I was very confused first day. Then you will know, yes. Do not go by that reel. Go and see where a picture people actually taking.
Right.
I read between the lines. Her reviews, she's very naughty, huh? You will see beautiful ambience, no mention of
The beauty of ratings, okay? Many of us, or maybe most of us, get just the ratings.
Yes.
What we miss out is that rating is a result of how many reviews.
Yes.
Say 3 guys review, I'm 5 out of 5. 3,000 people review, I'm 4 out of 5. Which one is better? But most of us do not see that. That's why if you see a Google would put that number of reviews within brackets.
Yes.
Please take a look at that. So it's not about 4 or 4.5 or 5. It's about how many you.
Also, something I use for restaurants or for even booking hotels. This is just a thing. Always look at the negative, the one reviews. They will give you the real picture. Not what are they saying?
So reviews, please understand to be multiple things. I'll give you an example, right?
People can sabotage you.
So in Ozora, we have a simple rule, and we've had this since we opened, that if you want to sit outside in the rooftop area, we take a cover charge, right? And we always thought this is an international norm, and we want to follow it because we've had people, and trust me, we've had such people who've come outside, who've come, sat for 2 hours. 2 people have ordered 1 fresh lime soda for 225 rupees. Oh, 108 rupees, sorry. I'm sorry, but I am not running a dharamshala. And then when you tell them, sir, leave, they ask us to leave. Very rude. Why are you charging a cover charge? You are not a nightclub. Yes, I'm not a nightclub. I'm a business. I'm not here for your dating adda. Please understand this. If you're
Here, but please bear.
Yes, they're charging for 20 rupees water bottle also.
Okay, guys, last question. No time. Yeah.
Says, I heard already talk about consistency and some certainty in all other industries like branding, like ISI or team. So similarly in restaurant,
We have FSSAI.
So FSSAI is not a branding, it's a legal mandate that you have. Again, it's food. You have to follow some basic hygiene and legal standards.
Yes.
But in FSSAI, for let's say an X and a Y might be following much higher standards than FSSAI, which most restaurants do, just by the way.
Yes.
FSSAI is
It's just basic. Like ISI. You buy an ISI pressure cooker. So like when I came and started my restaurant, I wanted only FSSAI certified suppliers. Restaurants cannot operate without FSSAI, but your suppliers, vendors, they may or may not be. So, yeah.
There are multiple levels. Still, I'm continuing. It's coming out again, maybe as whatever good back. My experience on that rating things or what Varun was telling ki aapme. So first of all, आपको guess को तो आप जैसे as पे कुछ बोल सकते. As you said, with one coffee or a one fresh night, you will ending up sitting for 3 hours and all. Literally आप कुछ नहीं बोल सकते because मालूम है कि को लगा आप देखो करना है. तो with that fear, I mean literally हम लोग बच्चे अपने टीम को बोलते हैं कि नहीं यार ओ चुका मत हुआ, you have to evolve. Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Direct advice happening.
We have evolved. I'm saying my team is directed. Please go and tell this. It's a lot of personal knowledge. But now, as person, as a family, now, people live in my family, my moms, my sisters, certainly they're really being more humble and it changed a lot coming into the industry that we're now, we are going out and dining out somewhere.
And with small things where people get irritated कि अरे यार अरे ये अभी तक नहीं आया, अरे कितना लेट करा यार, आ जाएगा प्लीज। और तो हमको है ना, I अरे नया होगा यार, हम सब कर देता है कोई।
Look at the camaraderie happening. Everybody's like,
one thing request everybody, including myself, that मैंने तो एटलीस्ट अभी तक के एक्सपीरियंस में देखा है कि आपके 100 गेस्ट में जो 95 लोगों को अच्छा लगता है इन जनरल, any restaurant that's doing fairly okay in the sense of service and all that, I'm not saying by business, but just the number of guests, hypothetically 100, my personal experience even today up to 3 years is कि 95 लोग जो आपको अच्छा सर्विस और खुश करके भेजते हैं, they are actually not ending up writing reviews for it.
right, true.
Yeah, no.
For sure.
बिल्कुल.
Come on, even I mean,
Yeah.
as I said again, there are human days. किसी दिन शेफ ने सेम खाना नहीं बना पाया,
हो सकता है।
मेरे वन ऑफ द सर्वर्स से आपके ऊपर कॉफी गिर गई, या किसी दिन गॉड फॉरबिड कुछ गलत बन गया, they are the ones who like not even wait to go out. They take a stand down and write to the photos. So I always have this.
Last question.
अच्छे लोग अच्छी सी पिक।
Okay. ठीक है. I will have to make a request now. Keep your questions short and keep your answers short because you guys are so interesting. Normally people get hungry for coffee by now. I know. 4 lovely people. Go ahead, Urvashi.
Good evening. First of all, congratulations to all of you for the leap of faith. I can very well relate to Anirban da because I was employed in banking for 12 years. Then I got laid off a year and a half back. Then I began content writing for LinkedIn profiles. So my question to you all is, what are the 3 basic, not advices, points any new entrepreneur should keep in mind when they are diving for any business?
Okay, everybody will give one point.
No, so FLD listener.
Any business. सबको एक बोलो. चलो. क्या बोलूं? Add 2 businessmen के की बोल this.
I want to add a point to Anirban that I've been to WhatsApp Cafe. It's amazing. And I would really like to mention one of the bartenders, Bapan da. He is
এই এগুলো পড়ে একদম হবে না. এই
I'll coach him.
so good.
So I'll coach him.
Then I'll start with morning.
yeah. Lovely.
Okay.
So since you now, Urvashi, I will give you a task. Since you have mentioned WhatsApp Cafe, which I am also but I love their food, I love their drinks, I love all their servers. Most of all, I love the owners, all 3 of them. But let's not go there. Since you've mentioned now, you have to go to Azora, you have to go to Himurashil, and you have to find a favorite person, and you will tell me after 1 month. That's your task. Okay, good. Now advice. Anyone, give her 1 line of advice because we're running short of time.
I don't know whether it's 1 point or 3 point. I end up speaking more. So of course you shouldn't be financially sound. I mean, or a proper backing as to what the capital is. Make sure that more than the fund, you have the right, right industry person with you. I think that's somewhere where I quantum. I would be honest, and I'm learning it the hard way. But everybody may not have that cushion or may not have that sustaining power.
Yes.
This is very most money elite beach have the right people with you.
Very, very
He can come in. The knowledge will
knowledge. Yes. So see why she said she started with 50K and she's doing well, touch wood. Samal, she's here, she's still running it. But we were told during our MBA days that at least cushion for 2.5 years. नहीं वही 6 months. We were told that 6 months बोलेगा, but 2 साल समझ के चलो. And we or most of us, we've took bank loans, blah blah. But even then we said, okay, let's say I'm giving you example numbers. Let's say we took a 20 lakh loan. We asked ourselves in our head, can I do 40 more in the next 2 years? Only then did we open.
Right.
And I saw why he said that. People also said that it won't just finish your money unless you're very strong. It will destroy your relationships. It will destroy everything. Especially if you're coming from a high-powered job where you've never had to think about money. Suddenly, instead of money coming in on the 1st of the month, money has to go out on the 7th. Whether you've earned or not, you have to give salaries, right?
Right.
It is people from business backgrounds, they know this. People from corporate backgrounds, this is why I haven't made 15 lakhs. How will I give 12 lakhs in salary? So you realize, so have more money than you think. If you're blessed like her, great. But many people here and me, we know that. Also see, even if you're doing well, you're broken even. What happened in COVID? Everybody who has a conscience, we all paid at least 50% of salaries we paid for 6 months, right? So, see, for me, I was okay, I had 12 people. He had 47. Yeah?
At 200.
You had 205.
I had
47 servers. Sorry, I got that. He had 200. Sagar called me and said, "Kya karo?" Like he had more than 600. So we all had these conversations. We figured something out. Gagan, your question, we are out of time.
So first of all, thank you everyone for sharing your experiences. Really motivating.
I don't know how motivating, but
अरे बोलने दो अभी टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट है बोलो
And
joking.
so since Mr. Baruda is already with the hair, my question is that
so are they
why we are not able to do anything about the service providers? Like she said, 200 rupees में छोड़ के चला गया.
So I
Now all basing that. Let me complete the question. So my question is that why don't we have, or you are in NRI, wait, you are in that platform where you can suggest that why can't we have some organization like security? It was a big problem earlier. Now your companies supply the security. एक जाता है तो दूसरा यहाँ से. That is what we need. Continuous supply of service provider. So that is my question. Like one.
So I'll tell you. So the three parts which I'll discuss to this very, very quickly. One, when people leave, you cannot stop them from leaving, right?
Yeah.
They will leave for 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, beyond the point. Second, why we don't have organizations doing it, please understand. These are skilled jobs. Security is not a skilled job. Okay? Example, if let's say I am looking for a chef. Today, if she makes a pasta, or as a chef, and if he his wife makes a pasta as a chef, yeah, they're both good, but they're very different. So, as a restaurateur, I need consistency. My kali dal cannot taste like this today and like that tomorrow. So, that temp staff, what you're talking about, or replacement staff don't work. When it comes to service, again, there are certain protocols every restaurant has. I cannot teach a protocol to a person in 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. It does not work.
It's a continuous
Absolutely, it's a continuous training process.
learning and practice.
It's like, no, but then they have organization. No, but then we do have like temporary staff. We have organization.
yes वो है
Different sections of people, doing different kind of skill. In the very recent past, we have had a win. Regionally and nationally, we keep meeting the government functionaries. We advocate to two big wins. In fact, 3 big wins that NRI could bring. One was when there was a blanket shisha ban. That got rescinded because of NRI's intervention. Number 2, a fire broke out in a dilapidated hotel, and all of us become collateral damage. It was NRI who continuously discussed with the powers to be, and finally we're out of it.
I don't
Very recently, customer who comes to my establishment is my asset, right? But if you come through Zomato does not share the number.
yes
Okay, only Easy Diner does. But it was very recently we finally could make Swiggy, Zomato, to say yes, we will share number if you ask. And that's a great question. Which means now Swiggy will also do. So yes, there are a lot of things that are being done. We have been very, very instrumental in bringing food trucks in Sector 5, which was not there.
And also in Calcutta now. And by the way, that permission has also come in. Protocols are being set. So as an organization, there's that. What you're talking about,
What you say here? What my idea was that if you have an organization that doesn't skill people lined up, so there is a control. They have the documentation done.
so these we'll take this
Has to take the permission.
let's take this offline.
let's take this offline.
I will take this offline. There is something.
Yes.
So that
And see, we keep on every industry, we keep on doing this, but ultimately you also realize whether it's a software job or something, you need to come in, you need to learn the menu items before. So if you have a churn, it will affect you, even if you have an organization. Anyway, now this is again becoming very interesting. We'll go home tomorrow morning, it looks like. So we will continue this conversation over coffee and snacks. So now, first, I would really like to thank you, Vishnuji, and the team of Bhawanipur House for hosting us. And thank you all very, very much for spending the day. See, one thing we realized, right, was that all of them, their stories are different, but there's something very, very similar, right? Yes, they had an idea. Yeah, they wanted to do something and they took that leap. Right. And thank you so much for sharing your journeys so honestly. Thank you, Varunji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Imu. Thank you, Sutapa. Thank you, Anirban. And thank you, Varun. No, her name is Imu. Like everybody calls her that.
For my name is
Imu Reshe. Yes. So, thanks very, very much for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
For inviting.
And, I think this stirring the pot has all been about the leap of faith you actually saw, and they all seem very happy they did it. So all I will say is, if you have an idea, go for it. But like all of them said, be prepared with the knowledge and the money, and then take the jump, and then it'll be easier. So that's it. Thank you.